Well, hey, good morning, Facebook Live. As Mindy will point out, yep, I'm driving and doing it all over again. It happens. But I am doing it in rural Utah, and I'm literally the only car that I can see on the road. So, and I'm not looking at you most of the time. So, anyways, good morning. Happy Friday. Gosh, I'm glad it's Friday. Mostly because we're meeting with some friends, doing a work project, and it's going to be a blast. We're going to work hard. It's going to be fun. Super excited for that. And the question for the day is, how many buyers or sellers are you representing? And that's an interesting question because the answer might surprise you. Some people, you know, they don't want someone that's representing 5 or 6 or 10 or 50 or 100 sellers and 10 different buyers because they think, well, they even have time for me, right? So you might think you're better off with an agent that has only 1 or 2 deals because you're going to get the love and the attention that you want. But that's actually opposite of reality. You actually want an agent that is engaged in their profession, that is an expert in their profession, and that knows the inventory, because when you know the inventory, you know a good deal when one comes up. You can counsel your people, give them good advice. Also, at least for me, when I only have 50 listings and 5 or 6 properties under contract, I get bored and I get lazy and I get sloppy. And there's no synergy, there's no energy, there's no forward momentum. I mean, I shouldn't say no, there's less. And I definitely know my comfort zone is somewhere between 70 and 110 active listings. And I'll tell you why in a second. And about 15 to 20 active buyers. And the reason why is, number one, hey Trista, thanks for watching. Number one, when I have that many listings, that means there's a lot of money flowing through the business. And that means that I have a lot of money to spend on advertising. So literally, since I've been in the business, I've spent over $1 million on advertising. I don't think there's another agent that's done that. I doubt there's another company that's done that. And you know why? Advertising works, people. Advertising works. I've got this little jingle in my listing presentation, and I'll recite some of it to you. It says, why is it that someone wakes up after sleeping on an advertised mattress under advertised sheets, after wearing advertised pajamas, uses an advertised toothbrush, advertised toothpaste, puts on advertised deodorant, advertised clothes, advertised shoes, advertised socks, probably advertised underwear, drinks an advertised cup of coffee, drinks an advertised protein drink or an advertised bowl of cereal, and then goes with an agent that doesn't advertise? You need to use someone that advertises. So when I've got that many listings, number one, there's a lot of money flowing through the business. Number two, I have this compulsion that I've got to take care of these people, and I come up with all kinds of amazing ideas, and then my team helps me implement them, or vice versa. Sometimes they come up with amazing ideas and I help them implement them. And we come up with some awesome creative ideas and supported lots of creative ideas that other people have, like the real estate magazine that used to be around. And we're on Zillow and realtor.com, and we have our website, and Bridge has their website. And we do all kinds of crazy things on Facebook Live. And the next thing coming up is going to be 100 feet in the air. Watch for it. It's coming next week. It's going to be exciting. And don't worry, I'll go live. You'll get to see it. And if you live within Carbon County, you'll probably be able to see it. And I'm pretty excited for that. And so you need an agent that is actively engaged in the business. Not only that, when you're writing offers and negotiating offers all the time, do you know what happens? Your skills get sharpened. You know what you're doing. And so if you've got an agent that's negotiating 1 or 2 deals a year, are they any good at negotiating? Maybe. I can't say specifically, but I can tell you that when I am actively negotiating deals every day, my skills are on top of it. They're honed, they're sharp, they're just engaged. And that matters. That matters a lot. And when it comes to buyers, you know, when you're looking at a home, a lot of times you'll look at 10 or 15 homes and you'll hate them all. That's all right. We're going to pick up on your cues. We're going to see what makes you smile, what makes you pause. And then what you look at and say, oh my gosh, that's dumb. I would never want that in a house. We pick up on those things. And if you've got an agent that's showing homes once a month, they're not going to know the inventory. Versus an agent that's actively showing every day, they've probably seen every home on the market. And Trista can attest to that. Give some thumbs up to that, right, Trista? And so what happens is you say, gosh, I don't like this, and there's this one listing that you've kind of been avoiding, you don't really think you'd like, but because we're good at what we do, because we know our inventory, because we know how to read people, because we pick up on those little cues, we're like, you really should look at this one. And I can't tell you how many times, it's easily in the multiple hundreds, that people kicked and screamed pulling into a driveway. No, we don't want to look at this, we know we don't want this, we da-da-da-da-da, whatever the reason. And I'm like, guys, humor me. Plus, I set an appointment. Now my reputation's on the line. Just go look. And you know what we're doing? An hour later, we're writing an offer. And that is very common because people, they think they won't like a place, but we've picked up on those cues. But do you know an agent that's only showing 1 or 2 homes a month? They're not going to be able to do that. So the answer to the question is, you want someone that's active, that's engaged. Maybe it's a friend that only does 1 or 2. Can that friend really take care of you? Probably not. You want someone who's actively engaged in the business. Now, for interesting statistics, for those of you that have tuned in and are still watching, there's 6 of you, so 5. I said the word statistic and someone's like, I'm out. I don't blame you. Some people aren't nerds about statistics like me. Anyways, a couple of fascinating statistics. Prior to COVID hitting, there was 1.4 million homes in default. And of those in default, 450 of them were already in forbearance. That's kind of interesting, right? And then 930 were just in foreclosure. Then, now since COVID, there is 2.5 million homes in default or foreclosure or forbearance. Now, the interesting thing is, prior to COVID, there was 450 million in forbearance, 450,000 in forbearance. Now, there's only 330. Gosh, let me get this straight. Let me start all over with that stat. Prior to COVID, there was 930,000 homes in foreclosure and 450 in forbearance. Now, there is 330 that are delinquent. So literally 600,000 people took advantage of the fact that they could slip into forbearance and possibly save their house and save their credit. Kudos to you people. That was a smart move. Smart move, because there's very little consequence to you to go into forbearance during this time. So if you're looking at, man, I can't make my mortgage payment, call your mortgage company, talk to them. There's programs out there that's gonna help you. And there's literally 1.9, it's probably crested over 2 million homes in forbearance right now. That's a huge number. That's 8.8% of mortgages. Over $1 trillion worth of mortgages are in forbearance. That's a huge number and kind of a scary number. We don't know what that's going to shake out to look like in reality, but nonetheless, it is a huge number. I'll keep you posted on what the numbers do, because as anybody that's been watching my videos knows, first of all, I'm really excited when we get a new listing. Second of all, I am a total nerd when it comes to statistics and love to keep my pulse on those so that I can give good advice to customers, to buyers, to sellers, to people looking to just want to know what's going on in the market. That's how you know that stuff, statistics. Make sure your agent knows statistics. If they don't, why don't they? Why would they not want to know that stuff, right? So, let me think. There was something else I was going to share. Oh, so I'm reading this interesting article. It says, oh, it's backwards. That's going to be so awkward for you guys to try and read. Let me just read it to you. Today's home buyers are twice as anxious from home buyers 5 years ago. I have not finished the article. I just want to introduce it to you, that I'm going to be sharing these ideas with you because I think that's fascinating. And what's interesting, and Trista could chime in on this too, we totally noticed that. Oh my gosh, buyers are so stressed out. Something goes just a little bit sideways. The inspector finds a plug that has the reverse polarity, the white where the black's supposed to be, the black where the white's supposed to be. Am I even allowed to say that in today's world? I don't know. We're talking about wiring, people. And it's nuts. Buyers like, well, we got to cancel. I'm like, whoa. Can't we just get that fixed? They're stressed. And this world probably makes it even more stressful because you don't know what's around the corner. You don't know what's going to happen in the economy. You don't know what's going to happen to your loved ones with COVID. There's so many things that are adding additional stress. And then there's a dust plume that's coming at us. So, there's all kinds of crazy things. I'm trying to sneeze here. Give me just a second. Oh man, it's just gonna linger there. That's fine. It can linger. I'm almost wrapping up anyways. And so anyways, we definitely notice that buyers are stressed. So part of our job is to take some of that stress off of them. And I think we do a good job with that. And we're certainly getting better at that. We're trying to be way more positive than we've ever been. I feel like we've always been positive, but we're trying to be even more positive, because the last thing people need is somebody negative or somebody that's going to add more stress to their life, because this life's stressful enough. And buying a home is one of those top 5 most stressful things. If you add buying a home and moving, that's 2. If you moved here for a new job, that's 3 of the most stressful things. You could add the loss of a loved one or the loss of a job, and you could make the whole list of all of them if you could wrap that into, you know, a 60-day period. Don't do it. It's too stressful, because then you're just going to be part of these statistics in this article. But anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. Happy Friday. I hope you guys gleaned something from these questions I'm answering. Either way, I'm enjoying answering them and digging into some of the ramifications of it. I also shared an interesting article on my Facebook page. You guys should read it. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. The article talks about how they're starting to stop using the term master bedroom because it's offensive and it's archaic and it indicates that someone might be a master over somebody. I googled it to find out what's the root of this. Some say it was slavery. Most of them said it was just that the master of the home, who was typically male, which perhaps in this society that we've become is a little bit offensive, egregious. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Are you offended when you hear master bedroom, master bathroom? If you are, I'm going to apologize in advance, because I've been doing this 25 years. Do you know what I've called those things for 25 years? Master bedroom, master bathroom. That is going to be so hard to change and make that transition. I'm not saying I'm not going to try. If that's the consensus, there's actually a large MLS in Houston that has made it, has banned the use of that word in their MLS. And so they've suggested other words. I'm like, well, they're still using the same word to describe it. And I don't know, do the other rooms just get participation ribbons? I don't know. But kind of an interesting concept, crazy world we're living in. Would love to hear your comments. I'm not going to judge. We've already had some very strong opinions on the comments on it. I love it. I love the discussion. If it's totally toxic, I'm totally going to delete it or hide it. But other than that, I'd love the healthy discussion on this, because it's an interesting issue. I've never would have thought the term master bedroom, master bathroom would have gone out of style. So anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. Like our page, share our page. We'd love to help you with buyers and sellers that are looking. If you got a friend, a family member, a relative, send them our way. We'd love to take care of them. Thanks again for watching. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, guys.